The term greatest generation is often used to describe those who grew up in the United States during the deprivation of the Great Depression and then went on to fight in World War II. While many millennials read about the war in their textbooks, they don't always understand the sacrifices of the greatest generation still impact the way we live today. So, the Mayor's Youth Leadership Council held an event to bridge this generational history gap. Ally has the story.
World War II began on September 1st, 1939. 16.1 million Americans fought in this war, most of them around the age of 26.
I was coming out of a movie theater at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we learned that Pearl Harbor had been bombed.
World War II veteran O'Neill Duchamp joined the U.S. Marine Corps to fight in this war.
So at 17 and a half, I enlisted and went to Paris Island and spent the next 4 years away.
From platforms built to duplicate decks of troop transports, United States Marines rehearse invasion tactics they've already been called upon to use.
After being trained at Paris Island, Duchamp became a part of the campaign in the Pacific, where he fought to defeat Japan.
We went to Japan with Task Force 31. We took charge of all of the Japanese Navy after they surrendered. And our battalion were the first to set foot on Japanese soil, like I said, in 3,000 years. And we took down the Japanese flag and we raised Old Glory.
Once the war was over, Duchamp returned to the United States and joined the active reserve in Kentucky. He worked there for 39 years until eventually retiring to Florida.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we will be having a discussion with some of the men who served in World War II. Recently,
Duchamp was invited by the Mayor's Youth Leadership Council to speak at the Barksdale Community Center. MYLC member Lindsay Kalka organized this event to give young people a chance to hear firsthand experiences from the veterans of World War II.
So you could just see it in the veterans how much that this meant to them and how much it affected their lives.
Kalka and the rest of the teens enjoyed connecting with the veterans as they shared their stories.
Because they were interesting.
Through their stories, Duchamp, along with other veterans, were able to teach the young audience the impact World War II had on the world and on them.
I learned a great lesson that I was no longer 15. I grew up in a hurry. That's the lesson I learned. And I became what you call a semper fi, always faithful to my country.
Just like his generation had a great impact on the world, Duchamp feels optimistic about the impact today's youth will bring in the future.
The great generation are growing up now. I think that they're going to do tremendously well. They're going to be well educated, and they're going to be well prepared for what's going to come for the future. And what little help we can give them, we're there for them.
This event is just a reminder that freedom and liberty don't come free. Whenever you can, you should thank those who serve in the armed forces and our military veterans for their service to our nation.